Hi everyone, welcome to today's video. Today I'm going to give you a bit of an update what's been going on and kind of how my fitness is now after injury and some few tips which I picked up along the way of how you can bounce back from fitness. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button. Gosh, it's been a while since I've done a proper chatty video and I will try and keep it short and sweet because I have got a crack on. But I really wanted to give you this update because there's been a lot going on and a lot of revelations and things that have happened, and yeah, it's just been so crazy. I've got to tell you about it. I damaged my foot about a year or so ago and I'd got plantar fasciitis, which goes into the heel of your foot. And it was causing so much pain. It was heading up to my Achilles, couldn't run properly. The agony was just ridiculous. I referred to like a specialist and stuff and they were like, yeah, just don't do any high impact exercise, probably about 6 months it'll take you, which is obviously awful if you do fitness and I do triathlons and stuff. It's horrible. So I had no high impact stuff. So I thought, right, can't do anything about it, I need it fixed. If I run on it and damage it further, I'll be more annoyed with myself if I do that. So I swam a lot more, cycled, and I walked. But I always made sure I wore really good shoes. That is a quick tip while we're on this subject. I've learned this the hard way. I have worn flip-flops and cheap shoes from various cheap shops that don't really support your feet. And if anything I've learned, you really need to buy and invest in decent shoes. One of the best flip-flops you can actually buy is Reef ones. Reef ones are probably the best kind of, they're not always flip-flops, sort of like thong flip-flops. They're ones that have got straps and they are the best. And I've had mine for 2 years and they are so good and they are so supportive. My foot wasn't getting any better and I was just like, this is just ridiculous. And the thing was, it was one thing after the other. Long story short, after going on with this for ages, then I started to feel really unfit and unhealthy. Even though I was still active, I just didn't feel myself. There's something about going for a run or doing a HIIT session that just ticks so many boxes and I wasn't getting that. And I was putting on weight and all sorts, which is inevitable. Went to see 2 specialists, one of my best friend's husband, and he was awesome. And then I got referred to somebody else and she has been amazing. We've worked on so much together, but she kind of gave me, sort of completed the puzzle for me. Apparently, according to her, I have hypermobility. That means I bend and I'm flexible in ways that other people can't. I've always known I was pretty flexible, but over the years I've kind of almost stiffened up. So, gross factor, giving you a warning here because some people don't like this sort of stuff. I'm really double jointed, so my thumb can reach all back like that, which is crazy. My hands and my fingers, like everything bends like crazy. So yeah, I've always been quite like that, but over the years I've sort of just stiffened up. What's happened is I've damaged myself and then I'm overcompensating on one side and then damaging myself further. I've become really stiff around my back and my hips and I've got no core strength anymore. And all these factors are all triggering injury. So now I'm actually working through it, and I ran for the first time a few weeks ago, which was the most incredible feeling because I've not been able to run at all. I picked up my trainers and I thought, right, I need to do this really carefully. I went back to a couch 5K because I thought, yes, I know you can run a marathon. Yes, I know you can do half marathons. You have in the past. We don't know what the situation is right now. So what ended up happening was I just started going, I just thought, I'm not going to take my sports watch. I don't care how long this takes me. Let's just do this. So I started really, made sure I had my favourite sort of well-molded trainers on. Took the dog with me. We went on a nice sunny day and we went down some sort of, it wasn't like pavement, it was sort of a little bit off-roady. Nothing crazy because obviously that would be stupid, but I prefer trails to road running anyway. And you know what? I was absolutely fine, my fitness was still there and I could keep running, and I did have to stop myself because I was just like, don't overdo it. I know what I'm like. I was just thinking, oh, I could keep going. And I then gave myself some rest for a few days and then did it again, did the same run again, and I was fine. I stretched obviously before and afterwards, and if at any point I wanted to have a quick like power walk in between, I did. I thought there's no shame in this. I'm not competing against anyone out here. Nobody knows. Whoever's running around me or walking past me has no idea but we don't know who's training for what. I always think that's interesting. You know, like if you see someone running in front of you and you think, oh, I'm gonna catch them up. Maybe that's just me. But you're thinking, oh, I'm gonna catch them up. You don't know what they're training for. They could be training for like a real sprinting distance. You don't have to keep up with them. You are working on your own goal, and that applies to everybody. But I think the main point I wanted to get across today was, yes, injury absolutely sucks. It is one of the most frustrating things in the world, especially if you've got to wait until you're fixed. You're preaching to the converted. I damaged my ACL. I've had 2 knee operations. I've had to go through so many rehabilitations, the stuff, physios all over the place. But this hypermobility thing has really opened my eyes, and I feel so good for knowing that's what it's been. And I feel like, actually, once I get this sorted, I'm going to be pretty badass at all this stuff. I'm going to use it to my advantage, because a lot of people won't be able to. I've obviously got to work out how to manage it better and not overextend everything. You know, how I run, I need to, because I tend to, like, we call it gazelle, so I tend to sort of, yeah, I kind of gazelle, so I'm putting too much energy into my running stroke, and so I really need to pull it back, because then I can go further, because I'm not burning up too much energy. All this kind of stuff. But the main thing I've taken away from it is, yes, rest. That is a big thing. Do not, if you've got an injury, do not start doing something that is going to aggravate it. So first things first, get it checked out. If you've got an injury, get it checked out by a GP. Although if you're not happy with that, go and see a specialist. Because I've been to GPs before and they've had no idea what to tell me, and have just sent me away with painkillers. And often that doesn't really do anything. It just masks the fact that something's damaged, and you need to find out what moves and what activities you can do to fix it. So that's the first point of call. Find out what's what. Then work out how you can rehabilitate the best way. I'll be honest, swimming is probably one of the best things you can do. Aqua jogging is probably, if you've got arm problems and stuff like that, and that's swimming's going to cause an issue, fair enough. Aqua jogging is amazing. People laugh because you see most old women like running along with the aqua jogging belts. When I did my leg, I've damaged everything. Honestly, I've damaged everything, and it's all from one thing after the other. So, but yeah, so when I damaged my leg, I was like, I need to swim, but I don't want to swim all the time. So I picked up one of the, you know, the aqua jogging like float belt type things, and it just jogged, and it was great. I burnt a lot of energy up. I used my core. It was just, but it was non-impact, and I wasn't hurting anything. So that's really important to work out what is going to work for you. So I guess it's just a case of going to see someone who will give you the right information first. That is so important. Get somebody who knows what's what. But then I think the last point I want to make is that don't beat yourself up about it. There are so many people that have been in the same boat where they've damaged something, and they're like, they've just been told that they can start exercising again. There is nothing worse than that feeling of, oh God, I've got to start from the top, I've got to start from the bottom, sorry. I've got to start from the bottom. Don't beat yourself up. You'd be really surprised. If you're quite fit anyway, however long you've been off, or however long, then you probably will find you've kept some of your fitness levels. I don't know what just happened there with my laptop. You'll find that some of your fitness levels are still there, but you'll find the more you do it, you'll find that you'll bounce back to where you were, and I'm getting to that point, which is fantastic. So now I'm actually thinking about booking races and stuff again, because I hadn't done that before. And so I'm booking a triathlon in the end of June. That gives me a nice amount of time, and I'm starting with a sprint, so I'm not doing anything too crazy. And you know what, I'm just being realistic about it, and you can too. If you are watching this video and you have had an injury and you're bouncing back, you can do it. Everyone can do it. Be positive, be realistic, and make sure you see a specialist who will give you the right information, and that'll help you get back to your you know, whatever your goal is really. So that's it from me. Thank you so much for watching. If you're new, hit the subscribe button. Write a blog as well, and I've written about this as well. I'll leave the link in the description below. Yeah, and obviously I'm on all social media. Take care, bye.